Oh shit! It always says share with sound, right? It should always be there, fuckers.
Should.
Evil lads, grab your beer. The Pfeiffer's back, the crew is here. From the decks of the DDD 991, stories of sailors, trouble and fun. Crack that bottle, sound that bell. We've got details you know too well. Raise your glass, let the waves roll wide. The Pfeiffer's crew's got nothing to hide.
All right, welcome. We have Rocky, so he ain't gonna dig us in today. So, welcome. This will be episode 131. Has anyone got anything to start off with?
Don't get in the way of ICE agents doing their fucking job.
Oh, dude, they finally released that body cam footage, man. It shows her fucking running him over, trying to hit him.
And
smiling.
You can hear
Yes.
the hit. You can hear him getting hit.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
And she was not afraid for her life, right? At all. She was smiling at her fucking lesbian wife. Guess what? She said,
Yeah.
"Drive, baby, drive."
Yeah, you're talking
So-
shit, smiling. You know,
And even you all know who JD Delaney is, right?
Who?
The convict. JD Delaney. He was a convict, right? Been in prison.
Yes, I know who he is. Yep.
Even he said it too. That is fucking against the law. So
Yep.
he said that is justifiable fucking self-defense right there. Even he said as a fucking felon.
Yep.
You know,
It just baffles me that right now there are fucking protests going on here and everything else, and it's like, you people are fucking dumb. Watch the fucking video.
you
You
see
know?
the videos in Minnesota of people fucking like crowds like hunting down fucking ICE officers and shit.
and,
Yeah.
and that's actually a fucking felony too.
It's like, how do they think this is going to end?
I don't
Because
know,
that's-
but they have to realize that if they start to actually overwhelm the forces, more people will come to their aid.
Yeah, that's how the feds fucking work.
Yeah.
Did you see
well, I'm
the-
not talking about just feds. I'm talking about like civilians and veterans,
Yeah.
that will stand up and help them,
Did you watch that Chicago police superintendent, right? Say, you fucking, here it is right here. It's not the video, but I watched the video of him saying this, right? God damn it. Get up here. All right. Back to ICE agents who nearly got run over didn't flinch. If you box in law enforcement officers with vehicles, it's reasonable to believe that they're being ambushed. That's a deadly situation. He's correct on that one.
That is correct.
And that's crazy that it's coming from somebody in Chicago saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a deep
right.
blue state right there. You know, I was watching that on the news the other day. I'm like, holy shit. I said, that's the first time I ever seen anybody from Chicago say that.
No. Well, you know what? When I never really car carried before. You know, it was always like on my person or but like I never car carried, right?
Nope.
And then I saw people getting boxed in during the Seattle riots and shit, like just normal people. I'm just like, oh, okay, fuck this.
Yep.
There's no way I'm going into that without a fucking pew now.
So I always car carry. I always got at least two in the car.
I carry everywhere. That doesn't matter where I'm at. Like, I carry everywhere. That's why I don't go to places that strip my fucking rights, where they fucking throw a fit about you carrying. I won't go there because they can't provide the same protection as I can for me. So if they can't provide the same amount of protection, I'm not going there. I think it should be law. If they take your right away to protect yourself and your family, they should have to pay for somebody to be there to protect you if something were to happen.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
With the way with the way the fucking world is these days,
Yep.
you know, if you're a no, you know, no guns allowed type of fucking place, if you say, oh well, I don't want untrained people in my on my property with guns, well, then you have to pay for somebody to be trained to be on your property to provide protection just in case.
Yep, you go to the Cabela, you go to the Cabela's down here. They got a big old sign right in front of the door and said all weapons are to be holstered or cased. Don't pull them out in the store. Other than that, have a nice day.
As you shouldn't. I mean, you shouldn't
That's
pull out your weapon
That's
unless
their basic rule. Yeah, it's either
Yeah.
either case them, holster them, whatever. Don't just pull them out. But other than that, have a nice day.
the only time you should be pulling out your weapon is if you got to use it.
Yep, or if you're doing business and it involves the weapon itself.
Yeah.
Doing a trade or a sale or whatever. But that's splitting hair. Well, in that case,
That's
it should be in a
different, yeah.
case. It shouldn't be in a holster.
Yeah, you wouldn't be carrying a firearm that needs work done on it or whatever.
No. So,
Yep.
but between you and me, Thumper, we've got half a brain, so these things are fairly obvious.
Yeah, right? It's too easy.
Well, did y'all see that one video of the fucking protester grabbing fucking ISIS weapon gun?
And getting blasted in the face. He's trying to say
yeah.
he's trying to say,
Okay, see that one? Okay.
You got
I
pepper
have
ball in the
permanent
face,
eye
yeah.
damage. I have permanent eye damage from it. Well, yeah, you dumbass fucker, don't grab guns.
Now there's a new meme out there, right? Check this one out. It ain't easy being cheesy.
Yeah.
Well, you don't fuck with armed soldiers. I'm sorry, you don't. Even if you do want to go up against them, and even if you're revolutionary minded and to you it's somehow worth it to try and attack a soldier that is armed, okay? You don't do it face to face while you're unarmed. That's like the dumbest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like
you never reach for a gun, period.
Right.
Like
if you want to fuck with an armed soldier, show up with teeth. I'm not advocating people do that. I'm just saying, common sense would dictate if you're going to fuck with an armed soldier, you do it on something resembling equal ground, not in a hoodie reaching for his freaking weapon and then getting blasted.
And that's like a rule of engagement is equal or greater force.
Obviously,
you never come to a fucking a gunfight with a knife.
No.
And you never go to a knife fight with fucking fists.
No.
It's dumb, and that's what and then to think that you're gonna fucking grab a weapon on somebody that they are responsible for,
right?
And think that is okay. Technically, him grabbing that weapon just authorized deadly force. He's lucky that's all he fucking got.
That's true. Because if he used that weapon to incapacitate him, he could have been killed during his incapacitation.
And what people don't realize is a less lethal weapon, because they're not non-lethal. So if you're using point rounds like rubber or bean bags or any of that, it's actually called less lethal because they can, if used improperly, can kill somebody. Yep. So if somebody were to grab a less lethal weapon, disarm somebody of that, and they haven't been trained in it, technically it is considered a lethal weapon. And you actually respond with lethal force, because if they use it on you incorrectly, they can kill you.
That's true.
That's what people don't understand. They're like, oh, well, bean bags are safe and, it's not a big deal. Actually, I've seen motherfuckers holding their fucking eye from a beanbag hitting them, and they're walking out giving up because their fucking eye is sticking out of their fucking head.
Yep.
Dude, a fucking beanbag can separate your sternum.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why they teach you where to hit on the body with those. Now, does it happen sometimes where it hits in the wrong spot? Yeah, because the person's moving, and being non-compliant. Yeah, it happens sometimes, but that's why we call them less lethal, not non-lethal, So
even fucking frozen paintballs. If you freeze paintball, can kill you.
Yep.
You ever watch
paintball gun?
You ever watch Kentucky Ballistics, man? He's done some less lethal weapons on the ballistic gel torsos. And a lot of that shit will still fucking break the skin, break ribs, push ribs into
Yeah.
freaking vital organs. I mean, like Thumper was saying,
Yeah.
it's still nasty. It can still
Yeah.
kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys see that they're trying to say that we use some sort of an acoustic device in Venezuela?
Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
see that. Which
People are
we
getting
have them.
bloody noses and vomiting
Yes.
blood and all
Hey,
this.
Guess why we developed that? Because Russians was using that on Havana, Cuba, on
Oh, yeah.
U.S. fucking people. So that's why we fucking made one, because
Yeah,
they
so
already
we
had one.
We've had acoustic weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, the LRAD, it's long range acoustic device. That's what it stands for, LRAD. It can actually, you can change the volume and the wavelength of the sound, and it can incapacitate you. It makes it feel like your bones hurt all the way through. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But
And just,
what
yeah,
they're saying was used is on a whole different level because
Yeah.
it caused them to vomit blood apparently and bleed from the nose, and it felt like their brain
Yeah.
was exploding is how
Yeah.
they described it.
Yeah.
So, but it's an unconfirmed
Yeah.
it's an unconfirmed source, and I think Carolyn Levitt actually said something about it in a press conference.
Hmm.
So, yeah,
That's
I don't
scary
know.
shit.
I mean, that's like the first time, when I heard about the people, the government agents, right, the bastards in Cuba, right? Guess what? I'm like, welcome to my world, people. You got vertigo? Welcome to my world.
Yeah,
You know?
right.
I just fucking walk around like this.
You know what? I'm like, yeah. Once you get used, it's a bill table. Once you get used to it, you know how to handle it. You know
Did you hear about the stench weapon that the Israelis came out with and they tested it and it worked really well on everybody except people from India?
what? Fucking dead cows.
Well, no, it was a stink weapon. It was actually like a riot dispersal weapon or like a area of effect weapon, but it used stench. And they actually found out that it worked really well on everybody except people from India because India smells so bad that they're just used to it.
Like
And I'm
Israel
not
should.
even joking either. Like I wish I was kidding, but I'm not.
Well, Israel should take credence for like something for the medieval days, right? Launch dead pigs into a Muslim fucking country, especially Iran, right? Just launch them in there,
Pigs fly.
Yeah. Or if you really want to get nasty, fucking load up a bunch of skunks and just fucking blow them up.
Ugh. Well, you get it like you do like a proximity fuse. You put like a hard plastic a bomb, with full of skunk juice, and you put a fucking daisy cutter on it, and that thing fucking blows up about 3 feet above the ground. Oh,
Because
just a cloud of stank.
if anybody's ever been sprayed by a skunk, it takes sometimes weeks for that stench to get off you or your dogs or animals. It does.
Just in the vicinity of like your house.
Oh yeah.
It's just rough, man. It stinks. It's
Well,
horrible.
there is skunk roadkill all over the place back in upstate New York. I'm talking all over the fucking place. Like you smell it about 100 yards before you come up on it. And if you don't dodge it and you fucking run over that carcass with your car, yeah, it can take, days for that smell to get off your car.
Yeah.
That's after washing it.
Yeah.
Hell, we got them here in Missouri, so anytime I always try to fucking miss them, right? But you go over them, straddle them. If they're dead, guess what? It's still gonna stink. Still going.
Yeah, it ain't gonna smell good because the stank's gonna get up in your AC unit. It's gonna get through the
That's why you
circulation
hit
system.
that recirc button.
Yeah.
So it doesn't pull air from outside because.
And that fucking old wives' tale, right, of soaking tomato juice, does not work. Does not.
Well, I got lucky. I never actually got any of it on me. Thank God.
I've had dogs get sprayed. Oh my God.
Priscilla never got sprayed. Yeah, she
you
never
gotta wait for it. You just gotta wait for it to fucking go all the way on its own. No matter how many baths you give them, right? Tomato juice, fucking shampoo, whatever, right? Does not help. Does not. And luckily they were outside dogs too, so they stayed outside.
You would think by now that they would actually engineer something that would neutralize those enzymes and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. With the technology that we have and the chemistry and everything, you would think there would be something that could neutralize that.
Yeah, you'd think.
I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to spend the money on it.
Could be.
Or
It's
that's
crazy,
or that makes too much common sense to do it.
right?
I don't
Here
know,
we
man.
go,
There's a
back-
full fucking what 2/3 of the country that would love to have that around, though.
Yep. I know here in Midwest people would love to have that.
I know if you took a fucking line from, yeah, if you took a line from New York to frickin' Georgia and you made another line from Georgia to Missouri and then up to Chicago and then across, that whole swath would be more than glad to have that shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We have shit tons of skunks here. It's nuts.
Oh
I
yeah.
saw a fucking possum walking across the street yesterday in the middle of the day.
Yeah, last year we had a possum in our backyard, and I researched it. Sometimes they do go out in the daytime. It's not
Well-
because they're not rabid. They don't get rabies because their body temperature is too low.
Right. But it's just
You know.
weird because you
Yeah,
never.
no, it happens. I researched it because I thought it was weird
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, he just crossing the street.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
I
'Cause
mean,
I
it
was
all,
coming home. I was parking my car and he just walked in front of me.
but the thing is, you never kill the possums because they kill the ticks.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, possums are
Right.
good for the fucking environment.
Yes.
Yep. They only
Now-
live like 2 years.
Yeah, they have real short lifespans. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, that's the reason why a lot of people don't keep them as pets because if you get them as a little critter, you can keep them as a pet. They'll be like a cat. I mean, in the sense that they'll sit on you and they'll show
Yeah.
affection. They like you, but they only live 2.5 years in even the best of conditions, and most people just ain't up for the heartbreak.
Yeah. It's weird though.
Yeah,
It's such a short life.
yeah, yeah. I found a dead one on the flight line last winter. Big fucker too. I mean, he was like that. He was huge.
Yeah.
And he was hanging out by the scaffolding by the airplane. And then everyone's like, well, did someone scare him? Is he asleep? And, did he pass out? I'm like, I don't know. So I went over there and I pulled him by the tail, pulled him out and checked him out. I'm like, nah, this fucker's dead, man.
Yeah. We had a family of them living back here, and there was a bunch of ferns between two houses. Well, these people moved in, but they didn't realize was their property line actually is only about 2 feet off the east the west side of their house, right? So the way these houses are on the other side of the street, they're loaded heavy on one side with property. The other side is just a little strip.
Oh, yeah.
So most of their property is on the east side of their house. And then they get a little like 2-foot strip on the other side. Well, they moved in and they fucking wiped out like 90% of the ferns that have been growing there. They've been there I've been here 18 years and they were here way before that. And the lady that owned the property was pissed because they wiped out all of her ferns. And then there was a whole family of possums that lived in there. Well, now they can't live there. So now they're like, you see them wandering around. I don't know where they settled now, but there's one really big possum that I can normally see in the backyard. He's scrounging for food and stuff across the street in between the houses and stuff. But he's a big fucker. He's huge. So,
Well,
yeah.
And if possum's cooked the right way, it's edible. It's good. If it's cooked the right way, you can eat it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I suppose
Yep.
it all depends on what he's been eating.
Possum soup.
Yep. You think about it. Back in frontier days, guess what? They ate everything.
Oh, yeah. Why do you think trapping was so popular, man? Trappers could fucking
Yeah.
earn both their food and a living with the trap,
Yeah,
Especially them
they didn't
fucking
waste
beaver
anything.
hunters want them beaver pelts.
Yep.
Every
Beaver burger is good, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, those guys, I don't think they really gave a shit.
Oh, did you see the fucking this bear in California got evicted with paintball guns?
A bear?
Yes.
The bear finally got the message. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay.
Underneath the home.
Yep.
Video from earlier this week shows the 550-pound black bear squeezing
That's
out
a
of
brown bear, ain't it?
balls
Yep.
fire nearby.
shit.
Well, they said black bear, but it's more like a brown bear.
That's a bear.
Yep.
Go, he's out! He's out!
2 days later, he comes back, but meets a second deterrent.
All
that. One quick shock, and the massive bear took off. He
right.
walked around the house for a while, realizing his hibernation.
Well, they got thick fur, thick hide, just because it might have stung them a little bit. No, didn't hurt them or nothing.
Infamous black bear, known as Yellow 2120.
I can hear him under there, and it's really scary. When you hear the banging and crushing. And
I mean, it's a bear. Come on now.
stuff, he's not
Right.
happy.
State wildlife officials tried multiple attempts to get the bear out, but he kept coming back. Now, the breakthrough finally came when a nonprofit from Lake Tahoe, the Bear League, stepped in.
I saw that Ken was potentially looking at litigation against California Department of Fish and Wildlife because they kind of left him high and dry and fending for himself with this bear under the house.
The elderly bear, unmoved by typical lures, finally met the right combination of pressure and timing. 10 minutes later, the crawl space was empty, and Ken Johnson finally had his house back.
But the thing is, if you go get rid of a bear, you just shoot the motherfucker.
You almost have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
You
the
know?
problem with fucking, you start building and those fuckers in the city, right? Start feeding them. I guarantee it. People are feeding that bear. Guaranteed.
Yeah, like a fucking fat he was. Of course he was getting fed.
Yep.
Because any wild animal, just like a dog or cat, right? Guess what? Someone's feed it. They're going to come to the easy source of food.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's why I'm waiting for all these dumb motherfuckers, especially around Columbia, right? More bear sightings they have, right? Guess what? There are going to be people like that. Then there are going to be people's going to get fucking mauled. They're going to be like, oh, we got to kill the bears. No, quit feeding them. They're wild animals. Leave them fuck alone. They
Yeah.
get too close, take them out. You know? 'Cause we talked about this before. Bears can run up on you pretty fucking quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Fucking
cannot climb a
percent.
tree to get away from those motherfuckers because they climb too.
Yeah. You can't outrun them. You can't outclimb them. You can't outswim
No.
them. Like, unless you have a firearm, you're toast, buddy.
Yeah. Or if you're in a vehicle, you get outrun, of course. But
Well, obviously, I'm talking about they catch you out in the open, though. Like,
Oh, yeah.
if you're not armed, you better hope he ain't hungry.
that's why in Alaska, right? They always carry a fucking 44 mag or bigger caliber
Yeah.
on their fucking chest right there. You know, while they're fishing.
Yep. They always
Actually-
have a rifle or a pistol, a big
Yeah.
pistol nearby.
Yeah,
I heard there's
yeah.
Well, I heard there's a running joke up in Alaska. Someone will walk into a gun store and want a 44 Magnum. The owner will ask him, what do you want the weapon? What's the weapon for? Like, what do you want to use it for? He's like, bear protection. And he goes, okay, do you want me to remove the front sight? And they say, why? Well, that way it won't hurt so much when the bear takes it away and shoves it up your ass.
Right?
Like 44 mag is like the minimum for dealing with those things.
But I mean, a 45 long coat, if you got the right round, will kill them. Because that's what they killed them back in the day. It was 45 long coats. But they were 300 grain bullets too, plus back then.
Well, you got to
You
get
know.
yourself a Ruger, and you got to fucking plus P plus that bitch too, to where it's pretty much a 44 Magnum at that point anyway.
Yep.
Like your standard 45 Colt is a 250 grain bullet doing about 850 feet per second. That shit ain't gonna cut it.
But there's some that you can get them still now, 300 grain bullets plus, right?
Oh yeah, no, you can go to Buffalo Bore and you can get some fucking overweight,
Yeah.
overcharged long Colts that will do the job. Yeah.
Because think about it, the frontiersmen, right? Guess what? They didn't. A lot of them had 45 long coats, so that was one of the popular fucking weapons back in the day.
Yeah. 45
Yeah.
long Colts, 44 40s, 45 70s.
70s, yes,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what you-
45 70s was a super popular one.
yes, and
that'll
that will take
fucking do it.
yes, because that's a buffalo gun. Yeah, I
Yeah.
always call that a buffalo round.
Well, it was. Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that thing will take out anything in North America if your shot placement's good.
Yep. But nowadays, you want at least a 30-06 and higher nowadays. You know, if you're using modern weapons, right?
For
If you
bear,
don't want
yeah.
45-70, you know, me personally, give me the 7 mag all fucking day, all right, or 338 Lapua, you know, for
Yeah,
that.
they'll do it. Yeah.
That's like I get a kick at all these motherfuckers around here for whitetail using 7 mags. I'm like, why? It's too fucking. That's too powerful for the fucking whitetail around here.
Well, for whitetail, you want to do if you like that round, you want to use a 7mm odd 8.
Yeah.
Like that's your 7mm for fucking whitetail because it's light recoil, flat shooting, just enough power to get the job done without fucking destroying the meat.
I will say though, I saw my daddy. I mean, he's killed plenty of deer with 7 bags, right? I will say, if you don't hit it, if you hit it in the front shoulder, guess what? It's going to break that shoulder completely. That one will.
Dude. Yeah.
That one will.
It'll destroy the shoulders coming and going.
Yeah. But we never ate the fucking front shoulder meat anyways because there ain't much meat on them. There ain't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know, that was always, we gave that the front quarters to the dogs. You know.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you know what? If you want the recoil and the expense of the bullet, I mean, go for it, I guess. But you're much better off with something that recoils less, gun weighs less, costs less.
Yeah. But one of the best rounds out
is great for it.
But one of the best rounds out there people sleep on. 300 Savage. Not a lot of recoil, but it will do just as much damage as a 7 bag will.
I don't have a whole lot of experience with that one.
See, Dad, he held one for years. He had an old one.
Well,
lever action.
Savage, right? That's an old round, like really old.
Yeah, 300 Savage been around a long time.
Like a century, right? Like it came out like the 20s or 30s or something like that.
Yeah, because Dad's rifle was made in the 30s. It was lever action. And even at fucking 10 years old, I could shoot it just fine. Hardly any recoil. It had less recoil by 30-06 did. You know,
30-06 is gonna have brutal recoil, man.
Well, it depends on what round you use it, right? If you're homemade rounds, 150 grain or less, right? It's not that bad, right? But you jump into 180s, light bag, guess what? If you got a fucking, and mine's light, you know, composite stock and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got one of those light ones, guess what? It'll break your fucking shoulder.
Yeah, it can get nasty. The last 30-06 I shot was like what you're talking about. It was a single shot bolt action.
Yep.
Stainless and polymer.
Yep.
And I wasn't paying attention at the time because it was somebody else's gun. We were all just a group of us shooting. And yeah, he handed me a round, man. I loaded that sucker up and shot it. I can handle recoil, man. I've handled some pretty nasty shit, but that thing, man, that hurt.
Yeah. That's like River goes, "Can I use 30-06?" I said, "No, you better get a lot bigger before you use that motherfucker."
Yeah.
I said, "Even me, it'll bruise fucking me, son. And you're not as thick as me. Put it that away." You know,
the last high power rifle cartridge I shot was a 300 Win Mag, and in the standard bolt rifle, that kicks about like a 12 gauge. It's not terrible.
No. But I like 308. That's one of my favorite rounds of all. 308 is. You know.
Yeah, if I had to pick one one rifle caliber, like it doesn't matter. You have one rifle caliber for the rest of your life for absolutely everything.
Yep.
I think 308 would be the answer.
I like 308. 308's a good round. It's just too common. So
that's the beauty of it. It's common.
Well, yeah, but when shit goes south, it's like one of the first ones to fucking disappear. You know?
That's why you also have a fucking AR-15 because that round that shoots 223 and 5.56, right? You can just pick them up anywhere. You know,
you got to adjust your gas block a little bit, and you can shoot one or the other.
Actually, you don't even have to adjust on mine. You don't have to adjust them at all because it's stamped right on the barrel. That's the thing. If it's not stamped on that barrel 5.56, do not try to shoot 5.56 through it. It has to be stamped on there.
Yeah. So if you run 223 out of yours, it's not undergassed and the cycle's all right.
Yep, perfectly.
No shit. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, mine's just it's made here in Boonville, that's what it is. So
the only thing about it is if you run a 223 and a 5.56, you do have to make sure you clean it really good because you do get a lot of fucking shit in it.
Yep.
Because of it. But yeah.
Yeah, lower pressure always follows more. That's why 45 ACPs are so goddamn dirty.
Yep.
Yeah,
as long as you make sure you clean it good after you shoot it, you should be fine, you know.
Yep.
It's just like the AK-74. You can shoot a 5.56 in it, even though it's a 5.45 by 39. It's not recommended, but in a pinch, it can be used. Doesn't
the brass fire form to the chamber because it has doesn't have a broader base? The 5.45.
It's
No?
about the same now. They see the Russians when they made the AKs, the different ones, they made it to where if they're on the battlefield and they're out of ammo, they can pick up ammo from their fucking enemies and shoot it. So the 5.56 is very similar to the 5.45, and then the 7.62 is to the 308. So you could actually in a AK-47 shoot a 308 if you absolutely had to in a pinch. Now, is it going to be fucking good? And are you taking a risk of it fucking blowing up on you? Yep. But in war, and you're in a pinch, what are you
Uh-huh.
going to do? You're going
Now,
to pick up
there
your
is-
enemy shit.
Now there is one round, 2 rounds that you don't want to put them in the bullet. Cat found this out the hard way when he was up here deer hunting, right? Oh, he had his Henry lever action 30-30, right? And he had his 306, right? He grabbed the wrong he took his Henry out hunting that first day, right? Grabbed the wrong rounds and started putting them in there. He's like, fuck! It jammed on him. I said, bring it here. I said, what the fuck? I put my third. I said, dude, you gotta be careful of this. These will not match right here.
No.
And it was a pain in the
dude.
ass to get that. It was a pain in the ass to get that 30-06 round out of that 30-30.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, you don't want that.
And that's dangerous too, because if you fucking hit the wrong spot trying to get that motherfucker out, frying it, you could have a squib round go off fucking.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
So he learned real quick if he has that gun and other guns, make sure you pay attention to what you're fucking loaded into it. Because like on that 30-30, he's like, well, you got to use the tube. I said, no, you don't. You got a side fucking loader right there. Boom, 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 boom. And I showed him how, I said, look, I just started loading the side right. I said, it goes right in that tube right there. It is.
Oh.
I said, I started injecting him. He said, oh. He said, book says this. I said, yeah. But you also got that side loader too for fast fucking loading too. On them. I said, I've never loaded mine like that. If I had a side tube right, whether it be 22, 30-30 right, I always use a side one loaded.
Yeah, I've never had a lever gun, but I shot a few, and I definitely like the side gate better. You can just pick up your rounds and, like you said, slap them in the side. It goes quicker.
Now you could use the tube if you want, right? But it's a lot slower.
It is, yeah.
But the thing about lever actions, you got to keep them motherfuckers oiled. Got to.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have his oil. He hadn't oiled his, and he bought his brand new. I was like, fuck, motherfucker loose. I mean, it's tight. I said, fuck this. I said, give me that fucking spray. I sprayed it down. Then it started cycling the way it's supposed to. I said, that's how those guns are supposed to work.
Well, anytime you get a new gun, man, you drench the internals in fucking CLP, like the Mossberg I got, dude. It was believe it or not, the test that I saw, it would eat anything. But when I shot mine brand new, dude, I had to lube the fuck out of it to get it to start cycling correctly.
Yep. See, the only gun oil I use to this day is Zeb 45. That's it. Because it cleans everything. Fucking spray that inside your barrel, right? Fucking chamber and all that shit. Clean the outside with it. Perfect all around gun. There's no water in it, so it will not rust your barrel at all.
Yeah.
The mom can show me that trick. And you don't have to take guns apart either. Like people think, right? To clean them.
No.
You spray everything on the inside. If you got a good air compressor with a fucking nozzle, air duct tip, does the same thing without taking anything apart right there.
I do the same thing with my Ruger Mark IV. I found out the hard way what a bitch those things are to put back together once you get them apart.
Yep.
Never again, man. Just fucking pull that slide back, lock it.
Yep.
Or snake your barrel. Like you said, blow out your internals, spray a bunch of CLP in there, good to go.
And if you got a good bore snake, right, you don't even need to put oil down in there if you got a good bore snake, too.
No.
Because of my shotguns I use, my over and unders and shit, for shooting clay pigeons.
Yeah.
Guess what? The only time I oiled them was on the outside of them. That's it. I use my bore snake for everything. And those motherfuckers work flawlessly every time. And I was not convinced on the bore snakes, right? Because I always used traditional cleaning, right?
Yeah.
And then my uncle goes, just get you a bore snake. He showed me. I was like, holy shit. I said, that motherfucker was clean. I was like, man, they work. So,
And it's a lot easier. You can clean them. You can clean them and fucking, you don't have to worry about shit.
And you can get a bore snake for every fucking caliber out there now.
And they're cheap.
Yes.
That's what I used for my Mossberg when I was overseas in Iraq.
Yeah.
I just had a bore snake and fucking a little thing of oil. That's it.
Yep.
Hardly ever fucking oiled
Yeah.
it. Because
those fucking-
oil in that fucking environment, dude. Oh,
Bad.
all that fucking sand.
That's
Ooh,
bad.
it gets bad. Yep.
Just collects it. Yeah.
And I mean, it takes less than fucking 5 minutes to clean your fucking gun using a bore stake too. Less than 5 minutes.
Yep.
Where traditional way, oil takes a lot longer.
We had when we were going to Iraq, they had these fucking parts cleaners. And these motherfuckers, instead of taking apart their weapons and actually cleaning them in the parts cleaner, it was full of like CLP and all that. They just put the whole fucking rifle in it. Some like, dude, all of the fucking plastic turned white on their rifles.
What?
And dude, leadership was so fucking pissed because they're like, why the fuck would you submerge this in that? That is, the plastic is not supposed to be like submerged in that shit. It dried
That's
it
why
out.
that's why you just take some black spray paint.
Dude, it was so fucking bad, man.
Oh,
You'd see these dumbasses walking around with these fucking rifles that had like white on like the stock and shit. I was like, what the fuck, you idiots. You knew every time somebody did it because you'd see them.
they were just lazy is what they was.
Yep.
That was
Trying
just
to
pure
cut
laziness.
corners. Trying to
Yeah.
cut corners. And those are
Yeah,
the ones you didn't want to be next to while you were in a fucking gunfight because their gun would never fucking fire. Because they didn't take care of their shit, their weapon.
And that's the thing. That's your only lifeline sometimes is that weapon sometimes.
All times.
Yeah. I mean, say if yours did jam and you took care of it right, you want to make sure no one else's jams right there.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why you always carry a pistol too.
I bet you they wouldn't have done that if it was their personal weapon.
Well, they
some
might have.
people
You
would.
never know. You never
Some
know.
people would.
Some of these fucking idiots. Yeah.
Got some yahoos.
Yeah.
That's
some
why.
Of them dudes, some of them dudes were National Guard too on the base
Yeah.
that were doing that shit.
Yeah. Okay. And they've got
And
a
those-
sterling. They've got a
Yeah.
sterling reputation, I hear.
Yeah.
Well, and 99, I'm gonna say 98% of National Guardsmen cross country never served active duty. They just came out of high school when National Guard be part time, right?
yeah, to get their free college from the state.
Yep. Instead of actually going active duty like a real man does, or a real woman does, Because to me, the only people that should be in the National Guard, right? Guess what? People that's actually been on active duty to finish
Yeah.
out their time after they done
Prior service.
yeah, prior service. That's it.
Well, I got a similar feeling about school teachers, man. I don't think anybody should be educated to be a school teacher right out of the bat. Go from school to school to school. No, I think
Right.
you shouldn't be a school teacher unless you've had some other career and you've lived your life for a while and you're like retired or whatever. Like,
Yep.
If you're a school teacher, man, you should walk in there having spent time in the world and actually knowing shit.
Especially college professors, especially them motherfuckers.
Yeah. But I mean, if all you've ever known is you went to high school and then you went to college to be a teacher, then you went back into school to go work. It's like you've never known anything but school. How fucking useful can you be?
Yep. Some of the best teachers I ever had growing up was guys that served in the military. Those are some of the best teachers I ever
Right.
had.
They've been all over the world. They've seen
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Especially with my history teacher, right? He was fucking awesome. He taught us shit that wasn't in the book.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Those fucking guys have been around a while. They can provide context or an experience. Like, they don't just talk about the winter at Valley Forge. They say, yeah, man, one time I was in fucking Kandahar and we fucking ran out of propane and we had to fucking bundle up and it was wintertime and we were up above 5,000 feet of elevation and we spent a whole fucking week in, 10-degree weather, short on everything, including food, until the helicopter came in to refit us. Like, you know what I mean? Like a guy like that can give some like perspective into stuff that we do hear about.
Exactly. That's just like, people that never served in the military, right? Never been to combat zones, all that bullshit, right? Trying to tell the military and the government how they should do it. I'm like, just shut the fuck up, people.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, you know nothing about that shit.
Yeah.
You've
never been in combat? Don't tell me how to fucking combat.
It's always the left liberals trying to do that shit. I'm like, Especially-
Even some of the fucking Republicans, man. Even some of the Republicans, they think they know everything, and they never fucking did anything, or they were peacetime, and they think they know the shit.
Prime example, dude. I'm not gonna. Okay, I've been in before. I did 6 years. I've been a firefighter. Like I've done shit, right? I'm not gonna tell Thumper how to combat because guess what? Everything I've done, combat wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I even fit the
Yeah.
criteria, and I'm not gonna tell you how to do that.
It's like me and my brother had a conversation about the boats Trump has blown up. I said, that ain't nothing new. Fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
I said, the only reason they're coming at Trump because they hate Trump. That's it.
Yeah.
I said, look,
Yep.
fucking Obama, Bush, Clinton did the same fucking bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And Congress never fucking once said a word. And fucking my senator, Hawley, guess what? That motherfucker gonna be voted out now. Because that dumb motherfucker voted to fucking resent or take away his war powers, the commander-in-chief's war powers.
They can't. It's in the Constitution.
Yes.
Yeah.
That passed the fucking Senate. I'm like, you motherfuckers don't know. No one can tell the fucking president how to fucking manage troops. The only time he has to look for congressional authorization is to declare war. That is it.
That's correct.
Yeah, and that can actually be gone around as well. But
yes, Clinton did it. Fucking Bush did it. Both Bushes fucking did it. Obama did it, but no one ever said a word about that shit.
Yeah.
And Trump just showed everybody how it's fucking done not to have endless fucking wars too, by getting that dictator out of fucking Venezuela.
Just boop, done, over.
And
3 hours
Congress
later.
And Congress does not need to be briefed on every military action. Those motherfuckers got loose lips right there. They do.
Yeah,
But-
they don't need to know anything.
But guess what? If he would have done that right, and one of those motherfuckers said, spill the beans right, guess what? That's fucking under treason right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
He should have actually done that, right? And then he got those motherfuckers for treason.
No.
Like
Guy Fetterman, the Democrat congressman that had the stroke, and even he's like, if we didn't want to get Maduro, then why has there been a $25 million bounty on his head since the Biden years?
Yeah, well,
Right.
because in 2020 he was indicted, right? Same way fucking Osama bin Laden was indicted, right?
Yeah.
Under Clinton.
Yeah, the reward was on the board, man.
Yeah. But yet they killed fucking Osama bin Laden, right? Instead of fucking snatching him, right?
Allegedly.
Keep him alive. Okay. Trump kept the motherfucker alive, and yet they're fucking losing their fucking minds. I'm like, God damn, what would they have done if he would have killed that man, right? If the team's gone in, they would have shot him like they did Obama, right? I mean, what would happen?
Okay, here's a conspiracy theory. What if P. Diddy is a lot more powerful than we thought he was, right?
Yeah.
And this whole jail thing is just a ruse to keep the population happy, right?
Yeah.
What if he whispered in the right ear, hey, man, I really want to meet Nicolas Maduro?
They're in the same
Trump
fucking
was
prison.
like,
That's why
I got you, fam.
they're in the same prison. That's why I've been posting some images, right?
That's what I'm
Him
saying.
kill-
Like, that's my theory. It's like,
Yeah.
he's like, I really want to meet this guy. Make that happen. You got it, Diddy.
But it's funny how Diddy had a lot of shit against him, right? Only got what, 4 years?
Yeah.
Like, well, they
You
couldn't
know,
prove anything.
But yeah,
I mean,
fucking
Homeboy's a
people like-
scumbag, we all know, but they could only prove that so much of it was non-consensual. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody was like, yeah, I was there for fun. Things go sideways? Oh, yeah. But did you go there of your own volition? Yeah, I did. Like, they couldn't prove
Yeah.
anything non-consensual.
well, just like take Danny Masterson, for example, right? Those women could not prove anything against him. There was no rape test done, everything. And they've been, what, 20, 30 years or 20 some years?
Well,
But all they do is take their word. That's fucking not enough to fucking get somebody on rape. That's not.
no, it ain't.
But yet they got him 30 fucking years in jail for that. But Diddy only got 4? Something's up with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's always something up.
That's crazy. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I got to take off. I got to go get my son. I'm going to leave this on so that way when I get back after
Yep.
dinner, if you guys are still on, I'll jump on.
All right.
All
All right. I'm going to mute my mic though.
Yeah, mute that motherfucker in case some woman comes in your house. On
Someone comes into his house. Who the fuck are you?
it. But yeah, I thought that was nuts. And Denny only got so many years, but people like Dan Madison, right? They couldn't really prove shit except the woman's word, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't have no physical evidence, how the hell you can convict anybody? That's what I look at. You know?
Legally, you can.
I mean, that goes to say if a man accused a woman of something, right? There was no, but they don't take the man's word, but they always take the woman's word. No.
Oh, you get laughed out of the courtroom, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. But women will fucking lie. We all know that. We see it. You know. Oh, have you seen this one, Mick? Right here. A deaf guy getting his hearing aids, right? For the first time actually hear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You see this one?
Oh, God, it's so annoying. Stop talking.
Yes. Sure, if you've seen it, yeah. Yeah. I ran across that today. I was like, oh, that's perfect right there.
Uh-huh.
See, Rocky. Rocky's missing a good one. We're talking about the women.
And the thing is, man, that one starts off so like heartfelt and everything. You think it's real, you know?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. If you were deaf like that, right? And your wife had an annoying voice, think you remember that TV series, Fran with Fran Drescher? The nanny?
Yeah, the nanny, yeah.
Yes. Just imagine if her voice was like that. Right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? Fran Drescher's voice really ain't like that in real life.
Oh no, she exaggerates it for TV?
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Well, she was in UHF and she sounded pretty normal.
Yeah. Well, because she had another a sitcom years later, right? Like after 2010. And she didn't use that annoying voice at all.
Okay.
You know, she was a cougar, right? This older lady, right? Dating a guy in his 20s, same age as her son, right?
Yeah.
Being a cougar, you know. No, she had a normal voice. I'll tell you one thing, she still looked good.
No, she always looked good.
Yeah. She's almost in her 60s. She still looks good.
Yeah. Well, it's like Gilbert Gottfried, you know, before he died.
Yep.
He's known for talking like this all the time. But you see him in an interview and, you know, he sounds like, you know, me, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, everyone thinks the actors' voices are like that. No, they do that for the role.
Oh, Larry the Cable Guy, man. You ever hear him, you know, talking normal? And
yeah. Well, his ain't no fake. That's real right there.
Well, he talks like you. He talks normal, but with a twang. He's not all fucking retarded out like he is in his stage show.
Yeah. But I love his movies, man. Health Inspector, fuck yeah. You know, and they're kind of cheesy movies, but it doesn't matter, though.
Well, I like cheesy movies as long as they're done well. Like I said, UHF was fucking great.
Oh, I did start watching Pugilist, right?
What do you watch?
It's actually Pugilist.
Oh,
on Apple TV.
Oh, Pluribus, yeah.
Pluribus, yes. First episode, it was kind of slow, right? Second episode, it gets better. That's pretty
crazy, though, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but the aliens are like really super fucking polite.
Yep. And I think the woman, she looks better now than she did when she was playing Better Call Saul.
Yeah, she still looks good.
Yeah. But I think she's a little thicker. I think she looks better than being all skinny like that when she was.
She is, yeah. She's got about another, I'd say she probably has another 5-10 pounds on her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it would be awesome if they had other fucking people from Better Call Saul in there too. You know, other actors.
They do actually.
Is it later on in the series? Because I haven't seen
later on in the series. Now it's only one scene, but as soon as it happens and you see him, you'll know who it is.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there's already been another actor from BCS on there.
Okay. Because since there ain't been nothing on like TV shows I watch now for new ones, because they're in their midwinter break, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna try this out since big suggestion. I said, okay.
Yeah,
you know, first solid. you gotta struggle through the first episode a little bit, but it gets better once you get everything going.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely a slow burn like that.
Well, Better Call Saul was like that. Fucking the other one was like that too. God damn it. I would just like.
Yeah, my first time watching Breaking Bad, dude. I watched the first episode, and I'm just like, yeah, this is slow and boring, and that's okay. Yeah. And then a couple of years later, my son started watching it, and he's like, dude, you have to watch the show. I'm like, yeah, I tried it. I didn't care. It's like, no. Get through the first episode, you'll see what I mean.
Yep. But you got to watch all the episodes on shows like that to understand what the hell's going on.
You do. You actually got to fucking pay attention.
Yep. Did you already see the Landman yet? The new one just dropped.
I stopped watching 4 episodes into the season, dude. I couldn't take
Okay.
it anymore.
Since you don't watch it, right? I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it for people.
No, go for it. Yeah, I don't care.
Billy Bob Thornton gets fired in the new episode 9,
Okay.
as president of the fucking company, right?
Yeah.
Because the guy's wife, Cammy, that plays, the guy's wife, died, right?
Yeah.
Now he came president. She's taking over because he's trying to she wants to do all this fucking shit, right? He's like, no, you gotta be careful or you're gonna lose everything. And he's right, because he lost everything when he was in that position. And she goes, you're fired, and just left him. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, damn. And now his son is taking over project manager.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And stuff. And stuff like Cam, I'm sure he'll call me later tonight because he likes Lamb, but he said, oh, that was good. First, it said Sam Elliott's in the new season. But Sam Elliott just plays a broken down old grandpa, right?
Yeah, I saw a couple episodes with him in it.
Yeah. But now after that one, that's next week's gonna be the last episode for the year.
Yep.
I'm like, come on, you gotta have more than fucking 10 episodes on these shows, like Tulsa King, right? They could easily be 20 fucking episodes each season.
Yeah, well, shows used to be. If you look at the Star Trek Next Generation, you look at the X-Files, we're talking 18 to 25 fucking episodes a season.
NCIS, fucking FBI, all that.
Yeah, I don't care if you take a cut in the production quality, if it's got good writing and good acting, like, I don't care if it looks all fucking slick. Just give me fucking 20 episodes of something.
The next one I'm waiting for is fucking Casey Dunn's fucking new fucking the Marshall series of the Yellowstone.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That one does look good though, because he was always my favorite on the Yellowstone because he was Navy and all that shit, right?
Sure,
He's
yeah.
actually, I mean, he was a teams guy and one of the ones you did not want to fuck with, piss off, put it that way.
Yeah, and he talked the least.
Yeah. And this one, it looks good. The trailers look good, man. It does too.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, did you know Henry Ford actually started Cadillac?
Did he?
I got this thing. I'm gonna play this while I'm gonna give me another drink here.
I think it's kind of funny that he ended up being GM.
Well, this tells how it became GM.
Do you know that Henry Ford started Cadillac? In fact, before it was Cadillac, it was known as the Henry Ford Company. Back in 1902, Ford and his investors had a ton of disagreements, so Henry Ford left his own company and made the Ford Motor Company we know and love today. This left the investors of the Henry Ford Company in a position where their best bet was to liquidate the assets and take a loss on the company. So they brought in a guy named Henry Leland. Henry Leland's job was to appraise the assets before the sale, but after looking the whole company over and figuring out their situation, he goes, guys, we have all the materials we need, all the machinery, all the blueprints, all the money. Let's just use a different engine and go forward with this project. So instead of liquidating, they rebranded into Cadillac and moved forward with producing a car. But the crazy thing is, Ford also made the car he was going to make at Cadillac. So if you look at a 1903 Ford and a 1903 Cadillac, it's the exact same car with a different engine. Now, of course, both companies ended up developing their own identity down the road. In 1909, General Motors purchased Cadillac and made them their luxury division, and Ford wanted to make a car for the masses. Did you know that Henry Ford started?
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize Cadillac, when it was its own brand before GM bought them.
Yeah, well, they all were at one point.
Yeah.
Oldsmobile, Buick, they were Pontiac, they were all their own thing before GM came around.
But I like little shit like that, right? Because that's history that they don't teach you right there.
It's like shit. I'm old enough to remember when AMC was its own company. It wasn't Mopar yet.
Yeah. And AMC, they made some good motors back in the day too.
Yeah, that 304 with the cross ram.
Yeah,
it's a good motor.
Well, and even the fucking 6-cylinders on the AMC cars, right? They were reliable as fuck too.
Well, that was AMC's whole thing was, I mean, yeah, they had the Javelin and some sports cars and shit, but mostly, AMC was just solid fucking, commuter, like not commuter. I don't want to say
everyday car that the people that was not middle class could afford.
Right, like that AMC fucking Eagle wagon. That thing had like a freaking like 9 inches of ground clearance. It looked like it was lifted from the factory.
Yep.
That little fucker was a useful vehicle, man. You got
I
that
know.
kind of ground clearance, but not too big, had decent gas mileage. I mean, that was a good
Yep.
idea. Ugly, but
What-
it worked.
A buddy of mine, his parents had one, right? And that thing had a little get up and go to it once you got past 80 mile an hour, right? It keep going.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
I was like, damn. And it was a perfect drift car on gravel roads, man. He showed us how to drift it on the curves, right? But yeah, like the Javelin, man, they make those into drag cars now because they're lightweight.
Yeah. The Javelin. Let's see, the Javelin and the AMX.
Yep.
That was the two like hot rods, and then they had the what would they have? They had the AMC Ambassador, and the Ambassador was their big sedan, and then they had the Rebel, which was more like I think a Rebel was like more like a Dart, like a sedan, but like a smaller one.
Yeah.
You know, they had some good vehicles. They really did.
But nothing beats the truckster from National Lampoon's fucking Vacation. Nothing beats that one. I'm telling you, that's if I could find one, if I could afford it, guess what? I'd have one just to have it. I mean, who doesn't love that movie though? You know,
I haven't seen it in so long, dude.
which I had to, River had to watch it on Christmas break because they said, well, we're gonna watch this one, then we're gonna watch fucking Christmas Vacation too.
Yeah, that's the last one I saw was Christmas Vacation.
And the one that the new one with just Uncle Eddie in it, ain't worth the shit.
No.
Now the one with the kids in it, right? You know, recreate their vacation trip, right?
Yeah.
That one, I think that one came out 2018, 2019. Now that ain't too bad.
I thought
Right.
Vegas Vacation was good too. That come out like what,
Yes.
like 90?
Yeah. No, it's
That was
like
good.
no, it was later on. It was like 97, 98.
Was it that late?
Yeah.
Oh, either way, I like that one too.
Oh, I did too, though, man. You know, and European Vacation, can't go wrong with that.
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that one? Oh, you
No,
gotta
I
watch
saw
that.
I saw Vegas Vacation. I saw a regular one, and I saw
Yeah.
Christmas, but I didn't see the European.
I think the European came out before the Christmas Vacation. Let me look it up
Okay.
real quick. I'll find out though. All right. Aristotle Lampoon's European. European Vacation. That came out in 1985.
85. Okay.
Uh, trying to see when Christmas Vacation came out. I think that was 89.
That sounds about right.
89, yes.
Okay.
So, yes. National F, the original Vacation one, 83, then 85 for European, then 89 for the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And then Vegas Vacation came out in 97.
Okay. All right.
Because I remember seeing that in Japan,
Oh, okay.
you know, because I was in Japan when that came out.
See, when that came out, I was in A school.
Yep. And of course, when you're broke and over in Japan, you ain't got enough money to go to the bars. You got just enough money to go to the Dollar Theater on base.
Well,
That's one thing I miss about being overseas. Dollar Theaters, man, on base there.
well, the one in San Diego was pretty cheap too.
Well, I never went to one in San Diego. So,
Yeah, I forgot what I paid, but it wasn't much.
Now, the one in Norfolk wasn't bad because they had one that was right across, it was about a half mile from where my ship was always docked at, right?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't even on base. It was off base, but you could walk it, no problem.
Wow, half mile? Yeah, easy.
Yeah. Because I did that a lot too when I was fucking broke in Norfolk, you know. Living on the boat for a while. Shit, fuck it.
Yeah, I think half of the shit on base is just to keep broke sailors happy.
I mean, there's lots of things people don't realize. There's lots of things to do on base too. That's actually don't cost you much money or that it's free through MWR.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when we were in Chicago, dude, at NTC, we had the
Yeah.
club, we had the arcades,
Yeah.
we had the freaking eateries. Like, I
Yep.
had a life outside of there. I had civilian friends, but probably 3/4 of the time I didn't leave base.
But I will say that the fucking NTC when I was there for C school 2001, it had changed. Their eatery places wasn't the best like
No?
it used to be. You know, like I remember at boot camp, they had this African guy at boot camp there in 97.
Yeah.
They had this one place chicken sandwich that's a little small AEX right by the main gate. Remember that place?
Yep. I
Little
do. I
small
never went
necks.
there, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's where we met for Indoc after boot camp.
But they had the best chicken sandwiches because me and Winston, dude, him and I bought it over the chicken sandwiches right
Oh,
there.
no shit. Yeah, I
That-
never went there. Yeah.
They were that good. So when I went back, guess what? In 2001, that ADX was not there.
Oh, okay.
I was like, what the fuck? You still have McDonald's on base, right?
Yeah,
You
right.
over there by the club,
Yep.
you know. But they didn't have much except, I mean, you could go to Chow Hall. I was like, fuck all that. But I had my own room. Being a fleet returnee,
Right. Yeah.
I had my own fucking room, but we could have alcohol, all that shit in our rooms right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Because we didn't get barracks inspections, nothing like that.
Right.
We didn't. But we still had to stay in duty watching over the fucking A schoolers. So I'm like, fuck, okay, fine. I slept. If I had night shift, right, guess what? I slept for it. I'm like, just leave them fucking be. If they ain't fucking hurt nobody, just let them be. You know? The one guy always had
I never had that fleet returnee experience,
just dude, we got fucking kicked out of the fucking, well, not kicked out. We pissed off the command master chief, right? After we got out of the A or C school, right? Okay, about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, depends on the day, right? We'd all go to the bowling alley, right? Drink beer, bowl in our utilities, right? Or our fucking work uniforms, working blues. Right. Command master chief did not like that because all those A schoolers that could not drink, guess what? They started bitching about it.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah. And the command master chief, what you doing? I said, we're fleet returnees, master chief. I said, there was no fucking, there's no order saying we can't. No fucking order saying we can't do this.
Correct.
I said, we're all over 21. I said, who gives a fuck? I said, just because those little whiny fucking A school students are bitching about it, fuck them. So I made after that, you got to be a civvies after that.
Oh,
They're like,
God.
fuck.
You see,
Oh,
back
yeah.
in my day, dude, if I was bowling there, if I would have asked him, hey, you can drink why are you drinking your uniform? Oh, I'm a fleet returnee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, it had just been like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
over
fuck.
21. They're on a different plan than us. Yeah, we wouldn't have fucking bitched.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? I said, fine, fuck. I said, okay, fine. Our barracks are not too far from the, C schoolhouse, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, fine. We'll take a little extra 10 minutes, meet up, drink a couple beers beforehand, then we go. But it's the thing we did, it's fucking bullshit though. But but we got the fucking then we got the schoolhouse next day, right? We just fucking instructors came in shaking their hand, right? The head guy over, he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you motherfuckers? We're like, hey, we wasn't breaking no fucking, rules or regulations with that.
No, you were drinking beer and playing in bowling. Like,
He said, well, now there's a regulation on it. And I said, well, fuck. And he said, it's always the fucking gas turbine guys, fucking shit up for, for everybody. I mean, it wasn't just like once that one had time. That we did it every day too. That's probably
still though, man, this world would be so much better if people would just stop fucking whining about stuff that don't matter. Like, if it don't affect you, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, just like I was fucking walking to the schoolhouse one day, right? And this fucking midshipman goes, "You're out of uniform." I looked at him. I said, "The fuck you mean I'm out of uniform?" He goes, "Well, you're a fucking ball cap. It ain't saying." I said, "No, motherfucker." I said, "I'm fleet returnee. I don't have to wear all that fucking Navy crap.
Yeah.
Those Navy hats or whatever the fuck they was wearing at that time."
Thanks, Grant.
And he goes, "You need to salute me." I said, "You're a fucking midshipman. Fuck off." I just love how midshipmen down there in Chicago thought, "Oh, well, you got salute?" No, we don't have to salute you motherfuckers at all.
A midshipman? No, you don't.
Yeah. I said, "You're not even fucking commissioned yet." I said, "You're just playing fucking sailor."
Yeah. Well, the thing is, what you got to tell them is, you tell them what you think of ensigns. You say, hey, this is what we think of ensigns. And guess what? You ain't even one of them yet.
Then they went on down, right? to get these A schoolers, right, that never been in the fleet, right, straight out of boot camp. Oh, I said, no, don't salute them motherfuckers. They're not commissioned officers.
Nope.
They're like, what do you mean? I said, it's easy to tell a midshipman from an actual officer. Look at their fucking insignias right there. That's it.
Nope.
You know. And I said, a regular officer is not going to be wearing, they're going to be in their working uniform during the daytime here, unless there's a ceremony, right? Or something
Right.
like that. You know, something they got to be, most of them's going to be in their fucking working khakis.
Mhm.
You know. But that's the only time I ever wore my Johnny Cash was in Sea School. Only fucking time.
Really?
After I got to the fleet, never had to wear them at all.
Well, I had to. I was always doing quarter deck watches.
Yeah, but as an engineer, you don't have to wear them unless you're going to medical. But I just wore my utilities going to medical, but Doug Reed's going to medical. You know.
Mhm.
And then when they authorized us to wear our fucking coveralls to medical, fuck yeah.
Yeah, why dress up more than you have to?
Exactly.
You know.
Because that's just more money you got to get shit dry cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Dry clean was cheap on base, right? But guess what? I had money. I had that plan. I had money. I had plans for that money in other ways.
Well, didn't we all? And most of it was 2 words: Anheuser and Bush.
And women, chasing women too. So,
Yeah.
but I wish I would have took my dad's advice and bought that 100-acre parcel here in Missouri when I first got out of the Navy, because the land was dirt cheap back then here, dirt fucking cheap. I could have got that 100 acres for less than $50,000.
Really?
I should have fucking done it, because you can do a 30-year loan on land.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
I should have done it, but I wouldn't think of it. I'm like, oh, that price will be there when I get out, right? Oh no, it started going up slowly over the years. I'm like, damn, I fucked up on that one.
I
So
bet
same-
you could sell fucking. I bet you could sell fucking hunting permits if you had that 100-acre.
You could. A lot of people,
You know,
do.
they got to draw their tag like anyone, but you can be like, hey.
No, I mean, you lease it out to the people in the city, right? People do that.
Oh yeah.
Dude, people lease it, make big money. Dude, they're making, depends on where the property's at, up to $10,000 a year just leasing it. You know, but when you lease it, guess what? You lose your own hunting rights there,
Correct.
unless you haven't put into the lease that, hey, I can still hunt this, my family can still hunt it. But most people don't want that if they releasing the whole property right there.
They want to be the only ones there.
Which that area in mid Missouri where I was at, guess what? I could have got $10,000 from those fuckers in Kansas City and St. Louis. You know, but I would not do that because I want it because I hunt it. I want a place to come home to.
Sure.
You know, to hunt. But now that same land, the 100 acres, guess what? You can sell that for $1.5 million because it was a mix of wood and farmland.
Which is perfect.
Yeah. Now over here in Boonville, right? Guess what? Now if you got that same acres land in the bottoms, right? That good fucking black dirt,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at about $3 million for that same fucking acreage right there. You know, that's fucking nuts. Like I've been looking at land trying to find 5-6 acres, right? Guess what? Not in an HOA or anything like that. Not even developed land. 3 to 5 acres, $50,000 to $80,000. I'm like, fuck that.
Dude, that's cheap compared to here.
Well, I know, but for here, that's expensive. That is. You know, because now they got those people, you know, in the cities, the rich people that will pay anything. You know, whatever the price is, because they got the money to spend.
Mm.
You know, that's like Lake Ozarks. You know, that's why it's so fucking expensive now to live there, because all those rich assholes found out it was a good place to vacation because you got the lake and all that. Cause it's a big fucking lake.
Oh yeah.
You know, now the rich people priced out the locals there.
That's happening all the time. California too. A lot of them Silicon Valley guys, they can all work remotely, and so they're going into fucking ghost towns, buying and building, and now fucking everything is tripled in price. And the locals that have been there forever are like, what the fuck? We can't live here now. Thanks.
Yeah, and then they had the mom and pop businesses, right? Like especially like food places, right?
No,
They're very few and far between now. They're still around, but not like they was too.
they're hard to find. They are hard to find.
Yeah. Yep. And so I was like, man, the fucking rich people fuck up everything.
Hmm.
Because like the movie The Ozarks, right? even though it was not filmed in Missouri, right? It was filmed in Georgia. But that's how they're talking about the dam and all that, Bagnell Dam and all that shit, right? That area, Lake Ozarks. That's how it actually looked. It was real small, not developed hardly at all. You know, and they did cartels because they had big weed people, right? Back then.
Yeah.
You know, they had clans, right? They controlled the weed, right? And that's when the cartels started coming in, you know, because they found a new way, a better way to fucking, you know, get it in there and, you know, sell, because kept fucking off the radar, off the fucking, you know, from the cops and all that, federal law enforcement. They was looking at Lake Ozarks for that shit at all.
Good point.
You know, and so there's some truth to that show, the Ozarks. You know, some of it's
There is.
bullshit, but there's always a little truth in with shows like that. There really is. You know, it's like Lake Ozarks, you used to be able to build a house down there, buy a condo down there, right? Cheap as fuck. Now, condo, you're looking at $400,000 now, easily.
Jesus.
Just a fucking condo.
That ain't as
Yeah.
bad as here, but it's getting there.
Yep. And I'm like, fuck. But the further south you go, right? You get the fuck away from the lake, right? Further
Mhm.
south you go, get closer to Arkansas. Guess what? It's a lot cheaper too, because no one wants to live there. You know.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind living someplace like that. You know, the wife likes water, and plenty of it down there.
Like Branson. It used to be cheap vacation for people, right? In state, right? Just get away, right?
Yeah.
And ain't no more.
Yeah, I've heard of Branson.
I mean, they have some good shows, don't get me wrong, right? They do. But now it's been over. The locals have been priced out there too. You know.
Yeah, that's just wrong, man.
But that happens everywhere. That's fucking.
Well, I know.
All right. Hey, I don't know if you've seen this one yet or not. I was on TikTok last night, right across this one.
They're walking down the street. Who speaks first? Neither one. They're both stuck-up cunts.
Oh,
God.
oh, well
What's
done.
the hardest part about eating a vegetable? Getting them back in the wheelchair. Oh no.
Did you hear about the woman who broke up with the man for having a small penis? When his friends asked if he was okay, he said, "Yeah, I wasn't that into her."
Oh God. Brian.
I went to the doctor the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he said I have an addiction to masturbation. But don't worry, I'll beat it.
Oh. Dan, did you?
Why can't lesbians wear makeup while on a diet?
I'm afraid to say I don't know.
Because they can't eat Jenny Craig while Mary Kay's sitting on their face.
Oh,
Oh my God, Brian. Oh my God.
I didn't see that one coming. That's good.
Dude, I mean, they get her with a lot of good ones right there.
That's a good one.
I mean, a lot of people sleep on YouTube, right? Or not YouTube, but TikTok, right? For shit like that. Content. I mean, it's got some good content. Some of it's fucking, bullshit. I just keep scrolling past that bullshit.
Yeah, I've never gotten TikTok. I don't intend to either.
Oh, I do every now and then, though. So
The only reason why I have X is so I can like read the stuff that people sent me. You know, I don't really do X. I just have it in case someone sends me a link. Like that's the only reason why I got it.
yeah, I mean, I don't even check my X anymore. Like Rocky sent me shit on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Thumper does. I'm like, fuck, I'm hardly ever on this motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm almost never on Instagram either. I very rarely post anymore.
I don't even know why I even have Instagram, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm a holdover from when it was new, from back when it was just, a place for you to put cool pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Like all them reels and the videos and the advertising and all that other shit they got there now, man. That stuff wasn't there before. It's just a place for you to fucking take pictures of your life and put it on there and share it with folks,
Yep.
It wasn't, yeah.
I mean, that's where Facebook was too.
Yeah, I know.
But even the political shit. I mean, I'll post some shit political stuff, but I try not. I mean, I try not to. I try to take a break from that every now and then.
Yeah.
But the more I see like people like Maria, hardcore liberals posting shit, right? I'm like, no, fair game, fuck it.
Yeah.
That's like Molly. Fucking Molly commented on one post, right? I didn't see it until 2 days later, right? Well, why did blah 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 blah? I ain't even answering that fucking crazy ass. I just fucking I post shit. Okay, people want to comment. But if you don't like what I post, don't fucking comment on it. That's my opinion on a lot of things, and a lot of times our opinion is correct.
Yeah, I ain't gonna argue with you.
No, because you can't argue with brain dead motherfuckers. Cannot.
Nope.
And it's kind of like this picture right here. Here, see here, get it up here. Oh, that was the first one. Oh, nope, that ain't the first one. I'm different. All right, here.
Yeah, one of the things that really pisses people off on the internet is when they ask you what you think about something, and then you give your opinion on it, and someone chimes in and says, "Okay, defend your position." I'm like, "No, I'm not going to defend my position for you. You asked my opinion, I gave it. I'm not obligated to argue with you." Oh, when you tell them you're not obligated to argue with them, oh, they get pissed.
Here is why you can't fucking argue or they're brain dead white liberal women, because they're led by. I mean, that is true.
Oh man, they're the ones all out there fucking protesting and shit. You don't see no guys out there.
Well, you do guys, but they're soy boys and all that bullshit.
Yeah, but like you talk about the people blocking ICE with their cars and shit, like that's all middle-aged fucking women.
Yeah, because they think that they have the right to do anything they want, not be held accountable. No,
yeah, which I don't know where they got that idea.
Well, Democrats,
I guess. I mean,
the media, because the media fucking gaslights all that bullshit, right?
No, that's true. They do.
And I'm like, yeah, go ahead and start arresting these motherfuckers. It's like people think that fucking, like they can fucking be on federal property, right? Like ICE headquarters, or post office, right? Guess what? That's federal property. They want you out there, they can get you for trespassing.
Oh yeah.
You
start acting a fool, they tell you to leave.
Because they already proved that in court of law, they did it to January 6ers, even though that's our house, right? The government is our house, right? The Capitol is, the White House is, right? Yeah, they can throw you in jail for it, too. So that means if these start protesting on ICE fucking property, right, or shit like that, guess what? Take them to jail, just like it did January 6ers. In a story, treat them like how they treated the fucking January 6ers. That's what they need to do.
Let's stick them in jail for 4 years without due process.
Yeah. I mean, they did to them.
Yep. Hey, turnabout's fair play, man.
Yeah. I mean, if they did shit like that, guess what? I don't know if it would stop it, all that bullshit, but it'd probably slow it down a little bit if they did that.
I don't know, man. These people are pretty freaking stupid.
Yeah, take the one from Missouri. The one got shot. He shoots from Missouri. I was like, as soon as they said from Missouri, I was like, before they said where she's from, I said, guaranteed it's Kansas City, guaranteed fucking 10. And it came back, Kansas City area. I said, yep, called it.
Yeah.
And that woman, she's been arrested numerous times. She had 2 of her kids taken away too for abuse. So hey.
Yeah, some of these people are pretty fucking thick dudes, so it's kind of hard to tell what would work, I mean, hell, one of them got fucking killed and they're still doing this shit. It's like, did you not like make the connection?
Well, it's just like they want to cry over her, a woman that's fucking with a criminal fucking record, right? That's been a fucking paid protester over and over, but yet the left was fucking silent. That woman in North Carolina got killed, right? All this fucking was bus or something like that, or train.
Yeah.
They were silent over that. They were silent about all these women getting raped and killed, by illegal immigrants or illegals, aliens. Yet, when it comes to fucking white woman, they want someone like, no, fuck that, no. If you don't protest all of them, right, then you can't protest about her. Look what they celebrate when Charlie Kirk got killed.
Well, that's well funded, dude. They protest what
I
they're
know.
paid to protest.
I know.
You know that.
I know. But until fucking that shit changes, guess what? This is gonna keep going on.
Yeah, it will. It will.
And if Waltz fucking pretty much said he wants to have a civil war, okay,
No.
that would be over fucking quick right there.
Tampon Tim, yeah, he's a brave one.
You know, and they need to be fucking. And supposedly he's gonna be fucking resigned the next week or so. Is what they say, but I'll believe when I see it.
Well, he already said he's not running for governor again.
Yep. But now the rumor is he's gonna resign, so that way he won't face fucking criminal charges, which he needs to face. I don't care who you are, right? You're Democrat, Republican, Independent, right? You fucking let that fraud happen, right? In your fucking state, then you need to go to jail too. Everybody needs to go to jail.
Whether he resigns or not, he can still get hit with those charges.
Yeah. I mean, if people think the fraud in Minnesota is bad, just wait until fucking if Illinois and California ever open up their fucking books, right?
They're finding that shit here too, man. People are investigating that shit so hard in Washington. The attorney general said if you keep investigating it, we're going to bring up in charges of hate speech.
Nope.
It's like what?
And that's bullshit.
We have the state's leading law enforcement officers saying, "Don't you dare enforce the law."
And that's a true Gestapo. People like that, right?
Yeah,
Not
it's
what
like,
Trump
what
is.
the fuck? Like,
yeah, that's
why is
a
this
true.
person?
Yeah.
Why has this person been not like removed?
Yeah. But yeah, they're the ones that said we drank the Kool-Aid, just like Jesse Ventura, right?
Yeah.
I used to have a lot of respect for that motherfucker. I have none for him now. None.
What'd he do?
Well, he's talking about how everybody that votes Republican, right, especially with Trump, is fucking drinks the Kool-Aid, right?
Oh, no, we just don't want Waltz and Harris to be our president.
Yeah. He calls people like us, members of Gestapo, Hitler, all that bullshit. I'm like, no, you done lost my fucking
Really?
respect, yeah.
Jesse Ventura went there?
Yes.
Oh, man, that's disappointing.
That motherfucker, he's gone fucking loony.
Oh, well, I guess people do lose their minds.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I did kind of like him back in the day.
I mean, I like him as a wrestler. I liked his movies too. Some of them. When he had Arnold Schwarzenegger in them and all that.
And he was a governor of freaking Minnesota, right?
Yep.
That was pretty based at the time.
But you know what's funny? Minnesota's never had a Republican fucking governor. Never.
Well, what state was Jesse Ventura the governor of?
Minnesota. He was Democrat.
Oh, was he a Democrat?
Yeah.
No shit. I didn't know he was running as a Democrat. He was always so based.
But back then, Democrats, they hid their true nature back in the day. Now they're not hiding anything no more. They're just coming out and just saying what they're going to do, what they want.
Yeah, like that scumbag housing director over in fucking New York City.
Oh, he was independent. Sorry, independent.
Oh, independent. Okay, so technically, no, they haven't had a Republican.
Nope. And it's independents. That depends. That can either go. They can be just like Democrats or conservative. Independents can. Depends on what
Bernie
they think.
Sanders is a fucking socialist, and he's an independent.
Yeah, he's a communist.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, independent can just mean it can mean that. It can mean anything.
Yep. But it's like after he got out of the fucking public eye, he just went fucking trying to keep it in the public eye. He went fucking nuts.
Yeah, when your run is over, man, you just gotta admit that it's over and just if you're gonna be back in the public eye, man, do it organically. Don't fucking try to force it.
Yeah. And really, every politician that's their day's done right, just shut the fuck up and go to retirement.
Right, exactly.
Unless
you plan on coming out of retirement and getting reelected, that's one thing. But
yeah. But like president, you can't after so many terms, right?
Yeah,
you can't. Just like Obama needs to shut the fuck up and go away, right? You don't see Bush out here fucking talking shit, right?
Not
or paying for people, right?
He's poked his head up a couple of times here and there, but not much.
But Clinton needs to shut the fuck up. Both Clintons do need to shut the fuck up. Obama needs to shut the fuck up. Now Biden, you ain't hearing much about him. He's kind of like
he's too wrecked in the noodle to fucking say much of anything.
But now you got Kamala fucking still fucking want to be governor. I'm like, if they vote for her in California, they're fucking stupid.
Well, like they say, You take $500 away from a person who works hard,
Yep.
and you give that to 5 lazy people, $100 each, right? You
Yeah.
lost 1 vote, but you gained 5, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what they fucking do.
Yep.
That's how they get them votes.
Well, it's like they don't want see that data for those voting machines, right? For Dominion voting machines.
Mhm.
Guess where they're at? All the data is in fucking Venezuela.
What?
Yes. That's why we can never get our hands on them, even though when a conservative owner, this guy who was conservative bought Dominion, right? All the other bullshit was in fucking all the records were in Venezuela.
So they stashed them where they think nobody would ever find them.
Yep.
Wonder what's going to come out of this.
No, but if they don't get them and bring, and see, on how, because those machines can be hacked, right? I always said this when
Well,
they
of course
started
they can.
using those machines. I said, Democrats, depends on where you're at, right? Not every place is going to do that. But certain cities, if they're always been Democrat, guess what? They're going to do whatever they can to win.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Now, if Hodges was here, I had one for him for baseball and fucking Cubs and Cardinals. I'll save that for another one right there. Oh. Here's one. This is a little history about native person right here.
Filled the town pool with rocks and gravel to keep him out. So he taught himself to swim in a creek and became America's first black Navy SEAL. Master Chief William Goines, born in Dayton, Ohio in 1936, never knew his hometown had a public pool because black people weren't allowed. According to historical records, when integration was ordered, the town of Laughlin filled the pool with rocks and gravel so nobody could use it. Goines taught himself to swim in the Little Miami River. At 17, after watching the 1951 film The Frogmen about World War II, underwater demolition teams, he told a Navy recruiter, "That's exactly what I want to do." In 1955, he joined the Navy. 96 men started underwater demolition training with him. Army Rangers, officers, foreign naval officers. Only 13 finished. Goines was one of them. In 1962, when President Kennedy created the Navy SEALs, Goines was one of 40 men selected for SEAL Team 2, and the only black man on either coast. He was fluent in English, French, and Spanish. He served 3 tours in Vietnam, was selected for Cuba during the Cuban Missile Crisis, and attended 43 military training schools. At 40 years old, he joined the Shooting Stars parachute demonstration team, 640 free falls, 194 static line jumps over 5 years. He retired in 1987 after 32 years as a Master Chief with the Bronze Star, Navy Commendation Medal, and Presidential Unit Citation. After retirement, he became police chief for Portsmouth, Virginia schools for 14 years, then spent years recruiting more minorities into the SEALS. In 2023, at 87, he received the Lone Sailor Award. On June 10, 2024, Master Chief William Goines passed away. He was laid to rest with full military honors. From a town that filled their pool with rocks to stop him, to the elite of the elite. Rest in power, Master Chief. What other heroes?
And where he lived, where he grew up at, was Democratic control too.
Well, yeah, that was the norm back then.
Yeah.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't know about that. I just wish they would say the first African American do shit. No, they're fucking American.
Yeah, well, I don't think we'll ever get away from that, unfortunately.
No, which is, to me, it's stupid. You're American, not just African. But
Well, they're not the ones that came up with that for themselves. Fucking, shit disturbing liberals back in the day came up with it.
Yep. The Dixiecrats did.
Yep. Yeah, they wasn't too keen on them black folk getting too uppity.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't realize too, because I hear people like still post a day, right? Well, they didn't have a right to vote. No, they did. In 18 fucking after they was freed, right? Guess what? There's a bill that was passed to allow them to vote.
Yeah.
All the civil rights did was allowed them to vote freely in the South. It did not give them the right to vote. That's where people got it mixed up at. They've always had the right to vote. They just certain states they couldn't do it freely. You know.
Yep.
And that's the only thing the civil rights thing should have been, was let them have vote freely anywhere in the nation. You know?
We'll just level the playing field as far as basic rights go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all need to be done.
But then you got the Democrats that hijacked the civil rights bullshit. Now they lump everything into civil rights.
Mm-hmm. And how dare you oppose any of it?
Yeah. That should have only been a one-line fucking bill. You know, give fucking free fucking, you know, let people vote freely, the black people, you know, in the South or anywhere in this country. You know.
Well, they do. That's part of their game plan, though, man. What they do is they find something that sounds really good.
Yep.
And they park their corruption there. And when you want to root out the corruption, they say, well, how can you be against this? They're doing right now. They're finding all these millions of dollars of fraud in the Chicago school system.
Oh, okay.
All like unauthorized trips like Europe and Africa and shit. We're talking like egregious waste, right? And you know, and now people are wanting to investigate it, like, hey, we need to fucking defund a lot of this shit because there's a lot of fraud and waste going on here. The first thing these motherfuckers do is say, oh, so you want to take money away from the kids, huh? Is what they do, man. They hide behind these fucking people. They don't love the black people. They don't love the children. They fucking hate them. They just use them as a shield for their corruption. And the second they get near it, they're all like, oh, you want to deny opportunities to black people? You want to take money away from children? Wow, you're a real evil person, aren't you? And they do that fucking shit on purpose because they're the biggest cry bullies in the world, and it happens to work.
Yep. Well, they take the lotto, for example, in every state, right? They always said get it passed. It was for the schools, right? The schools don't see a fucking dime of that money at all.
Nope.
It goes into either to the fucking general fund or other fucking places.
Yep. And the second you try to touch it, you're a bastard who wants to harm kids and deny them opportunity and all sorts of shit. It's brilliantly executed. I mean, if you look at it from a strictly like Machiavellian, you know, like war fighting psyop sort of standpoint, it's a genius plan. It just happens to be fucking evil.
You know, it's just, I'm like, yep, you motherfuckers keep voting for that shit. Nothing's gonna change. Keep voting for the same fucking shit.
Yep. That's exactly right.
That's why I always tell people, I said, that's why Trump is so popular now. Because he can't be controlled by the fucking politicians, you know, or the handlers, right? Or the lobbyists, right? Cannot be controlled.
And a lot of this stuff's uncomfortable, man, because what he's doing, he's just tearing off the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
You know, it's like at some point you just gotta freaking cut things off, you know?
I was like, people say, well, Trump ain't perfect. I said, no, you show me one perfect person in this fucking world, then I'll kiss your ass. No one's fucking perfect.
Hell no.
You know? Then they go, they're all blind. He's a racist. I said, okay, if he was racist, then why was he getting an award, NCAA award, with fucking Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali? I said, no, stop with that bullshit right there.
He was fucking buddies with Mike Tyson back in the 90s. Like,
he helped Mike Tyson get back into the ring because nobody wanted to fuck with him after his prison stint.
Yeah, and his promoter, Don King, fucking see him with Trump all the time, too. I guess Don King must be secretly white or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I mean,
my favorite one is he grabbed him by the pussy. I'm like, no, fucking, who cares? You know?
Exactly. It was said in a fucking private moment, dude.
Yeah.
And if you think that guys don't talk like that in private moments, man, I don't give a shit who you are.
Yeah. I mean, just think about it, too. You put like any of us, right, running for president, right? Dude, the media's gonna have a field day with our past. I'll be like,
dude, they're gonna dig up this podcast. Whew.
I'll be like, yeah, I did this in Thailand. Yeah, I fucked whores. Like, yeah, fuck yeah. Yep. That's the thing. If you own it, they can't really get you on it. If you own it, right?
That's true. No, and that's the thing. They're starting to realize that, you know, anyone who apologizes gets skewed twice as hard.
Yeah.
They always want more. They always want more. You know, it's like, no, fuck you. I'm done. You're an.
It's like if I've always said this too. If I was running for office, right, whether it be like senator or something like that, right, or president, right? If they, well, you gonna apologize? I said, fuck no, I ain't gonna apologize for any of my shit. No. I said, that's in the fucking past. Who gives a shit? You know?
Well,
I mean, yeah, I'll fuck women. I'll fucking, you know, have threesomes. Fuck, come on now. I mean, shit.
Like, you know what? I so regret that. I haven't.
I feel like I always stubborn there for this one, right?
Yeah.
Like fucking,
Oh,
they
Jesus.
could bring up his past, right, for fucking getting banned from the Rock Island Arsenal for a fucking bouncy house because it came back with too much oil.
So what's
I
your
can
body
see-
count? What's your body count, Mr. Hodges? You talking bedroom or combat? I got a separate list for each.
But no, I mean, I can. You never ask them what their body count is in combat. Never. You don't never want to ask that.
I was making a joke.
I know, but I can see some dumb fucking liberal reporter asking that.
Yeah, that's why I said it, because some fucking dumb liberal reporter would ask him that.
Yeah, fucking.
I mean, I got a good buddy who's, of course, not to be named, and no one you know or anything like that. He's on my side of things, but he's an 11 Bravo with 26 fucking kills.
Nope.
They are out there.
But yeah, I mean, I would have fun with the media, right? Bringing up Thailand, Australia, right? Like, yeah, let's go.
Well,
yeah, did I get fucking busted down? Yeah, I got busted down. Yeah. I said a good sailor does get busted down.
how do you think I learned?
I said, look, there's two types of sailors, right? And even soldiers too. The ones get caught that should have been caught, and the ones that should be caught that never do get caught. There's two kinds of sailors and soldiers, right?
Yeah, my good conduct award had 2 devices on it.
Well, I got robbed my fucking second one, right?
Don't mean I deserved them, but I didn't get caught.
I had just got my fucking second one, right? Or had enough time to get it, right? Then 2 weeks later, I went to Bass, right? They didn't get it by good conduct because I went to Bass 2 weeks later. I said, hey, that time's already fucking gone, over with right there.
Yeah.
I said, now my time restarts, right? But it doesn't mean if I bet the time for 6 years, right? Guess what? I still get that fucking good conduct.
Yeah, you do.
So the fucking Laboon, since it was East Coast, guess what? They fucked me on that. I was like, okay, fine. Fuck you, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Because I never got to set the mast while I was on the East Coast. Should have been set the mast on the West Coast probably, but we had good crew, good leadership too. So,
Sure. They had good crew, good leadership. Everybody pretty much kept their mouth shut,
Yeah. We took care of one another.
Yeah. Yeah, you covered for people if they were good.
Be like, yeah, man, like, yeah, look at this fucking podcast. Like, what the fuck you all talking about? I was like, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, we did that.
Well, I'll tell you what you can do. You can you can have AI listen to every single one of our podcasts. You can tell the AI to squish it down into 4 paragraphs, and that is the ticket we're running on. This is why you're fucking gonna vote for me.
But the American people, they want somebody that's gonna be like Trump, right? Has his attitude is right.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there was, like people like us, right? If we ran, could get the fucking votes and all that shit. People would love us being blue collar. They would.
Well, fuck yeah, they would.
And even the liberals, even though we're blue collar, right? They would fucking hate us, guaranteed.
Oh yeah. No, they hate who they're told to hate, not who they actually hate.
Be like, okay, you don't like billionaires, right? Or millionaires, right? But yeah, you get some fucking guys that's been working fucking blue collar, been in the fucking military. But yeah, you still fucking don't like them. You need to be in a mental hospital. That's what they need to be.
Well, it's because we don't think right, dude. According to
Not
them,
like they do.
According to them, we don't think right, and that's the problem.
I still think they need to bring back the loony bins.
Dude, that was one of the. I mean, I like Reagan, but that's one of the things he really fucked up on was getting rid of the loony bins, man. Fuck, we needed those things.
I mean, granted, they was misusing them. They would put anybody in loony bin for anything, right? They did,
but they wasn't nearly as bad as they once was. They ain't like it was bedlam or anything.
But there's a lot of people now. I mean, especially fucking women. I mean, some women ain't fucking mental, right? But a lot of them are. And I dated quite a few of them too. I'm like, ooh, no.
Well, the thing is, when it comes to going mental, right? You can make a person go mental.
Yeah.
It's easier to make a woman go mental than it is to make a man go mental.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they're fucking doing is they're intentionally making these bras go fucking crazy.
Yeah. It's like, since I got divorced, right? Guess what? When I met her, she was on Well Mutual, right? For mood, right?
Yeah.
I will not fucking even talk to. If I ask them, "Are you on any medication for mental shit?" They say yes. I'm done with them. Because one minute, like my ex-wife, she was real loving and sweet, right? Next minute, she'd go psycho on your ass.
Bipolar, huh?
Oh, she says she wasn't right, but yeah, I think she. Well, her son was bipolar, so I know that she was just like that too.
I'll tell you what, man. There's I'd even go so far as to say that about birth control, and I got perfect example, man. When I met Charlene, right? She was on that depot shot, right?
Yep.
And she was like, she wouldn't go crazy on me, but she'd get moody and like to where you couldn't really reach her too well, and then she'd come out of it and everything would be fine. And we broke up and got back together fucking twice, right? And she was either on that depot shot or she was on the pill that whole fucking time. When we got back together for the last time, got married and all that, she got off all that birth control shit. Once her system was clean, dude, she's been fine. She's been nothing but great. So that birth control, she was on since she was 16, which wasn't all that long, but dude, it was fucking her brain up. And when it went away, the fog lifted and she was a normal person.
Well, I've dated girls that's on the depot shot too, right? And they were a little fucking more fucking moodier than women that did just on fucking just a pill for them.
Yeah.
Because it fucks with everybody's mental, like their brain differently. It does.
Well, hormones fuck with your brain. Yeah.
Because when you stop the natural fucking try to, stop the natural fucking thing of a body, right? Guess what? Your body gonna be fucked up, not know what to do.
Well, look at what a female's primary urge is to reproduce. You start introducing hormones that fuck with the reproduction, dude, you're gonna make them fucking crazy. That's why half of them are nuts these days, because they're all on these artificial hormones and shit. And then you throw fucking antidepressants on top of that, dude. You're fucking playing with a hand grenade with no pin in it.
Yeah. Well, then you got the food too. Then you got the food that ain't helping all the fucking matters, all the process.
No, it doesn't help either.
All those dyes and everything and all that bullshit, right?
No. I think they're fucking intentionally making women crazy. And I don't mean to be an asshole, but like, if you look at the fucking birth control, I mean, it's almost expected that a woman these days from 18 to 25 is going to be on both birth control and some kind of fucking antidepressant.
That's like even the women that's like our age, right?
Yeah.
Most of them, they got their tubes tied, whatever, right? Or good, like I call them, say good like a fish, right? Hysterectomy. And some of them, a lot of them, that's what they needed, get all that to balance everything, right? Okay. But there's some, boy, they were just loony as hell.
Well, it's because they need to have kids. If they don't have kids, they fucking go nuts. Like Charlene has her tubes tied and she's had it for 20 years almost. She's had her tubes tied for 20 years because we couldn't afford no more kids. We had our third and we were poor, and it's like, okay, I can afford 3, but I'm doing the responsible thing here. I'm not going to breed what I can't feed,
Yep.
And she's on a perfectly even keel to this day because she had kids. Women need to have kids.
Yeah.
If they don't, they go crazy at some point. I know you're a misogynist and a male chauvinist, but you know what? It's absolutely fucking true.
Well, and also too, the ones that's in their 20s and 30s and even 40s and don't have kids, guess what ammo they have?
They either got cats or they got themselves a big dog that ain't been fixed.
Exactly. Especially the cats.
Yep.
And that's one of my red flags too. I don't like cats. I ain't gonna be with somebody that has cats. Not going to.
See, I like cats. If you got one cat, maybe 2, okay, that's cool. I understand that because I grew up with cats, and dogs, so I get it. But yeah.
I mean, I'm allergic to cats. That's one of the reasons I don't like them.
Well, I mean, that's a reasonable reason not to like a fucking cat. Yeah.
But now if they got a dog, great. I'm more of a dog person, put that away.
Oh, you'd love mine, man. She's a sweetheart.
Good stuff. Especially like labs or hunting dogs, right? Those are the ones I love. The hunting breeds.
Well, the hunting breeds are the ones that love you the most.
Yeah. Good stuff. But I don't fuck with pit bulls or anything, right? Rottweilers, no. Nope.
I like Rotties. I like Dobies. I honestly think and maybe I'm going to get some fire for this, but whatever, I don't care. The way things have gone with the pit bulls, I don't think we should kill them all. I think we should just stop breeding them and let them die out.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people always say, well, so how do you raise them? I've seen with pit bulls and Ross, especially Ross, right?
Yeah.
They were treated great, never beat or anything, right? And then one day they killed an animal, like a coon, like Ross. My best friend, his brother had, and they got it into a coon, right? Killed it. Got to taste that blood. And they changed. Even the owner couldn't go near it. And they was raised around kids. Great dogs, gentle, everything, till that one thing. And I'm like, you got to be careful with that breed. You do.
Yeah, not every breed is for everybody. Like Rotties, I like Rottweilers, I do, and I think they're fine. But you need to have some experience with dogs before you get yourself a Rott. You can't just jump into a Rott and have that as your first dog. No.
Yep.
It's like giving someone a fucking 50 cal, when they shoot a gun for the first time. It's like, no, motherfucker, do not do that.
Well, it's like, you take it if you're going to breed a pit bull, right? A lot of people mix it with lab for fighting, right? Because lab has no fucking quit, just like a pit bull does, right?
Yeah, once they're on something, they're on something.
But it doesn't have that lockjaw once you breed it with another breed, right? And that's the only good thing. But those dogs get even more aggressive when it's a lab pit bull mix. Right there.
Yeah. And
they are aggressive dogs.
Well, a lot of what you see in the shelters are lab pit bull mixes because people get them. They think they're going to be just fine. They find out they can't handle these fucking things and then off to the pound they go.
Yeah.
And it's like, at a certain point, man, can't we all just agree to stop breeding this particular fucking breed? I mean, is the world going to end if we don't have our pitties? No, it won't. It'll be fine. Find some other breed that does what you like.
And those little fucking chihuahuas, get rid of them motherfuckers. And those little bitty.
Okay, I won't say that about chihuahuas, even though I fucking hate them because they don't actually have the horsepower to hurt somebody.
Except your Achilles heel.
Yeah, well, they'll break skin and they'll be little assholes, but like nobody's gonna get mauled to death by a chihuahua. So like, if you want to deal with that, man, that's on you. But I don't want a chihuahua that weighs 100 pounds. Is what I'm saying.
Or those little bitty fucking poodles, those Zatter poodles, right?
Yeah,
leave the poodles the fuck alone, because the only poodle that should be there is the big one, right?
The standard. Yeah.
Because those are actually hunting fucking dogs. It's very smart too.
Well, yeah. The reason why they bred them the way they did is they got that fur that repels water. They stay warm in cold, wet, shitty hunting conditions.
Well, and fucking now the little bitty poodles, they're dumber than a box of rocks. I'm like, Jesus Christ, just get rid of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, I don't understand the psychology of people who like dogs like that.
I mean, yeah, I get women, right? These little rich bitches, right? Oh, he's a purse dog. I'm like,
teacup dogs, yeah.
Come on now. Just give me a good hunting breed. Whether it's a Spangler, right? Beagle. I mean, Beagle's going to be annoying just because of bark, right?
Oh, my next door neighbor, a couple of houses back, had a beagle, and those two would leave the house, and Edgar would get in the back porch and start fucking baying, right? Because he didn't like to be alone.
Yeah.
But every half hour, I'd have to go back in the porch and say, "Shut up, Edgar," because he knew me, right? Because they're neighbors and all that. So he'd shut up, and like half hour later, he'd start in again and go back out there. "Shut up, Edgar."
Yeah.
I didn't mind, it was all good, but yeah, they can be a little annoying like that.
That's like a Great Pyrenees. It's not a hunting breed, but they are good dogs for family.
Well, Pyrenees is a livestock defense breed, ain't it?
Yeah, well, it can be, but if you don't have livestock, guess what? It's great for family dogs too.
Oh, they're great dogs. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Same way as Saint Bernard is too. They're good. Yeah. They can be good family dogs too.
Sure. Well, they just shift their job from the sheep to the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when Sonic was young, man. He's half border collie, and the kids would run around the backyard and play with him, and he'd get all worked up, and he'd start fucking biting their heels, and he'd start fucking like he was trying to be a collie and herd them, like he was nipping at their heels, trying to get them to run one way or the other, like he was doing his fucking collie job with the boys.
That's like blue heelers, right? I've been around great blue heelers growing up, especially my grandpa, but my uncle, right? One of my uncles, his fucking heelers, he made them motherfuckers mean.
Oh, healers can be mean. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, especially not really the blue healers, the red healers. That motherfucker got a little attitude. The red healers, I'm telling you.
Both the healer breeds and the Aussie Shepherds, you can get them to be pretty snappy too. They've got an attitude.
Yeah. And like my uncle, he had this one fucking thing, red fucking healer. I mean, the one could go near was him, right? Yeah. That's it. And then he had back of Chuck, chained in the back of Chuck when he was going somewhere. That dog, I said, you do that. I had a little ball bat with me. I said, you bite me, motherfucker. You're dead. I said, Then he had a fucking boxer, right? It was half pit, half boxer. Meaner than the motherfucker. The motherfucker would kill coyotes and bobcats. That's how mean this fucker was. And I was the only one in the family could not go near it, even in the pit. I'm like, the fuck? I have never done anything to you.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck that shit.
And see,
My
boxers are
dad
about,
used to,
boxers are about 50-50, man. I've
yeah,
known boxers that are just all love, 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 and I've
yeah,
known boxers that won't let you fucking near them. Like they
yeah,
don't seem to have a switch in between.
yeah. Well, it's like my fucking dad, well, my uncle actually lived next door to mom and dad, right? With that fucking half boxer, half fucking pit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dad would fucking dress that motherfucker in the wintertime for barking. I mean, wintertime, just dump water on him, make him freeze.
Jeez.
You know, I'm like, that dog fucking loved Dad. I'm like, God damn, I'm there. I came home from the military, right? Guess what? You know, so I just went up to the fence, let him smell my hand, right?
Yeah.
That motherfucker wanted to bite me. I'm like, the fuck? I've never done that to you. It's like, damn.
Yep.
I said, maybe if I treat him like Dad did, but I was like, nope, I ain't fuck with that dog.
And then you got my buddy's Dobie. I go to his house to get eggs and shit from time to time, and Maxie will come up to the fence, and he's about 90 pounds. He's a big motherfucker, and he'll come up and barking and snapping till I get about 2 foot from the fence and hold my hand out. He gets a smell of me. He's like, "Oh, it's you. What's going on, buddy?"
I grew up. I had one aunt, my mom's sister had Doberman pictures, right? Around me, I love those dogs, right? The Dobermans, I did.
Oh yeah.
Now she had the fucking Schnauzers, right? The fucking one Schnauzer, that little motherfucker would attack me.
They can.
I wouldn't have to do nothing about it, to them either.
Yeah,
now my brother,
Schnauzer's gonna have an attitude, man.
now they're like kind of say when we got kids around, they like to bond to one fucking kid. They bonded to my brother. But the Dobermans, man, they're protective of us kids. And so no, they were great dogs, but like boxers, I had a buddy, I used to work with. He goes, went over to his house because we was gonna go party. I was staying there at his house because his wife was driving us around. He's like, I got a boxer. She's gonna come running at you. She goes, don't be afraid. I said, I ain't gonna be afraid. That dog fucking didn't jump on me, just came down, sit down and rolled over, let me pet her belly. He goes, I have never seen that. I said, well, a lot of times fucking dogs know who they can trust, who they can't trust too.
Oh yeah, dogs know what's up.
I said, especially if they smell other dogs on you. That's the thing.
Yeah, that helps.
If they smell other dogs on you, guess what? Chances are they're gonna be more gentle, more friendlier towards you.
No. Yeah, last new dog I met in a while was buddy's house a couple months back, and he's got himself kind of like Sonic, a border collie lab mix, and she's standoffish, man. She really was, hard to kind of get her to do the sniff check on you, and she was kind of wary, but within 10-15 minutes, dog was perfectly fine with me. He's petting her and everything. So I mean, I think dogs do understand who it is they're dealing with for the most part, and I'm pretty sure she smelled my dog too, so again, that helps.
That's like when Cam came in, right? And he'd been around Zeus when Zeus was a few years younger, right?
Yeah.
I let Cam in the house, right? I walked first up the stairs, right? Zeus was growling, showing teeth. I had to fucking knock that shit off. I'm like, you fucking been around here before. A lot of people don't think labs, they get aggressive too.
Oh, dude, yeah. We had a lab when I was a kid. I was probably 5-6 years old. We adopted a lab, and one day I come home from school and he cornered me, and he was growling. He wasn't letting me off of the fucking wall, the outside wall of the house. Anytime I tried to move, he'd fucking match me. And I don't know what would have happened if my dad hadn't come home from work early that day, because he come out, saw what was happening, and he took him out the back 40 and shot him right there and then. And he was full black lab.
Yeah, I was like, Zeus, once, I made it clear, hey, motherfucker, he's not a threat. And then he was Cam's best fucking friend the whole time he was here.
Yeah.
That's like a buddy of mine that I used to work with at the power plant. When I go on trips like Colorado with my mom, dad, see my brother, he lived not too far from me, so he had labs too. And he would take care of them, let them out, feed them, clean the pens right while I was gone. He said the first day he called me, he said, hey, Bear, that was my big fucking, he was like 100-pound lab, right? 110. Blockhead motherfucker, right? Just solid fucking muscle. And this motherfucker, he went up the door. Bear, he said, I didn't know. He said, I thought Bear was gonna break that fucking door. So I had a wooden door, right? He said, Bear lunged at that motherfucker like he wanted my head. He was like, hey, But he said, that's a good thing. Let him know if you're not home. Hey, motherfucker, you ain't supposed to be here. But then he let him smell him. The bear was fine, too. You know, with that.
Well, they ain't stupid. They know what's up.
And I mean, like, like when Bear was fucking 6 months old, I was living in my dad's got my house bill, right? And fucking this lady across the road had a German police dog, right? You know, she goes, you better put that dog up. My dog's out. He'll kill that dog. I said, lady, you don't know, lab. That dog tried to get Bear, right? Bear had that dog on the ground, and that dog was whining all the way back to her house across the road.
Well,
yeah, I said, look, just because labs are fucking, they say they're friendly, guess what? They will fight on their territory. Their property. For to protect their owners, too.
Well,
Great Danes are great protectors, too, especially of kids.
Yeah.
You know, because we had a Great Dane growing up, and mom and dad had, well, my grandpa took it out and shot it because me and my brother was out in the yard playing, and the guy that we knew him, right, but the dog did not know him, right? Just cut through the yard, bit the guy in the ass because he did. And so Papa took the dog out because he didn't want mom and dad to get sued or that dog try to turn on us, you know, which that dog, I don't think that dog would have, but
no,
you know,
that's
yeah. Great Danes can be, I mean, great dogs, but you gotta have a big yard for them motherfuckers.
You do, yeah. You get yourself one of them, an Irish Wolfhound, and anything with those long legs, man. You need some fucking land.
And if they're gonna be in the fucking house, you better have a big fucking house with them dogs.
Yeah, yeah. You need them. Yeah, you do.
I mean, I've seen people. I dated this one girl years ago. Her friends, we want to go over there. Had a small house, right? It was upstairs, like 2-bedroom house, but it was like narrow, right? And they had 2 Great Danes. I'm like, your house is not big enough for these motherfuckers.
No.
And they had a small fucking yard. I mean, real small yard, smaller than what the yard I have now.
If those dogs can't get up to a full fucking gallop, your yard's too small.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a pretty good sized backyard, and it allows Annabelle to get up to a full sprint, but she's got to slow down pretty quick. And even for a Springer Spaniel, I would say that the yard we have is like the minimum.
Yeah. I was like, when I moved here, right? When I brought the other 2 dogs over, because I had to put Bubba to, you know, put him down because he was just had cancer and just lost all that weight. So I had to put him down. He's buried on the property line next to the garden next to his mom and dad. So that's where he needed to be buried at. But Max and Coco, she looked like a lab, but she was a golden doodle. That's what she was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But she looked like a chocolate lab. She didn't have the poodle hair, right? That all the golden retriever hair. She did not have that, thank God. But she was so hyper. She would have done good in town if it had just been me and River, right?
Yeah.
But Max could not. He's anxiety because they were always outside dogs, right?
Yeah.
You bring Max in the house, guess what? His anxiety. So we had to rehold them. And they had to be rehold together because they were bonded. Those 2 were bonded. And found a place, and you know, a little south of here, 100 acres. They had kids same age as River, so perfect place for them to go.
Sure. Well, that's good.
You know? But Coco only listened to me. Yeah, she didn't listen to my wife. That's why my wife hated her. You know, because Coco was like, "Hey," Coco would be like, "Hey, bitch, this is my guy, not yours."
Well, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they got those Drahtars, and Cash, you know, he's one of the males. That is my sister-in-law's dog. And it pisses my brother-in-law off to no fucking end because that dog will not hunt for him.
Nope.
I mean, he'll hunt, but he'll do like a half-ass job. Whereas if it's my sister-in-law calling the shots, that dog will fucking do any little thing she says.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like my ex-wife's she had a chocolate lab, right? Stella, right? Because we got Zeus and Stella about the same time. They were brother and sister. Stella didn't want to listen to me. She listened to her. I'm like, you're going to get your ass beat. Now you don't want to listen. You know?
Yeah.
And so, like Zeus, he listens to 2 people, me and River. That's it.
And that's probably a good thing. You're the only 2 people that matter.
Yep. And Zeus didn't even listen to my ex-wife at all. You know? Just but yeah, he's the only male dog I've ever had in the house. Ever. You know, because males, unless you get them snipped right, guess what? They can piss on everything, mark everything.
They will mark if you train them, unless you train them not to. Yeah.
Yep. I see people. They're like, "Well, my dog never never fucking barks or anything. I thought, oh, they will eventually. You know, and they said, well, I just don't want my dog fucking, you know, not hiking his leg with piss. I said, he still hikes his leg. You know,
No.
I said, that mentality does not go away with them at all.
Well, I got Sonic and he was already neutered and he never tried to mark, so we got lucky there.
Well, as soon as Zeus's balls dropped, he got chopped.
Okay.
You know, so I'm like, I ain't having that shit because like Bear, since I lived out in the country, I can let him come in the house every now and then. You know, until he tries to bark, he goes, I was like, get your ass outside, motherfucker. No.
Yep. Can't have that. No.
Because Bear, he was a true alpha dog, you know, one of all the dogs, put it that way.
Yeah.
He was the leader of the dog pack right there.
Yep.
And I'm like, nope.
Some dogs got that attitude, man.
But he would fucking bow down to me every fucking time. You know, I had to fucking scatter him in the ass with fucking birdshot one time, fucking bird hunt. Because the motherfucker kicked up some fucking deer and went after him. I was like, okay, I'm gonna fucking pepper your ass, and I did too. Wait for him, get out just far enough where they ain't gonna kill him, right, or hurt him.
Right. Ain't gonna break the skin, it's gonna sting a little.
Oh, it made him fucking yell. So he came back with his tail. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, you ain't gonna do that, get on you. You know, and he never did either. He never did. Because I remember an old bird hunter, this old guy at the fucking gun shop, Uncle's gun shop. He said, that's how you break a fucking dog and chase a deer. Just pepper him with fucking little bird shot.
That makes sense.
And that shit works, man. You gotta listen to those old timers when it comes to shit like that. Got to.
Well, yeah, they built the fucking country. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. That's like when I would get a pup, right? I would want him at 6 weeks old, not 8 weeks. You know, because the faster you can give the bond or the bond with them, the better off they're gonna be right there. And then you start training, like when I had puppies, as soon as their eyes are open, they would get around pretty good. That's when I started fucking training them on retrieval. And so every dog I had, that went to a home, guess what? Every lab was retrieving by the time they went to somebody's house. You know, because everybody wanted my dogs for duck hunting, right? And they do. That I learned from Dad. Train them in, because Dad wasn't raising them a little more, but people knew I was. So they wanted them dogs. And a lot of those dogs I gave away. As long as I knew the person, right? I knew they gonna hunt it, or had kids, right? Had a big yard. I just let them have it. The dog. I was like, I ain't doing this for money.
Nope. Yes, sir.
Just about that time.
Okay. All right, Gilly.
All right,
about that time for me. I got to take the dogs to the vet.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and end it. So,
alrighty.
Until next time, people. Like